With the addition of the premium DLC, there are now 19 crops that you can plant, fertilize, and harvest on your farms here for Farming Simulator 22. But which one is the most profitable? If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. There's quite the debate on whether or not soybeans or cotton or carrots or chaff is the most profitable crop that you could have here in the Farming Simulator 22. Today, we're going to be taking a look at exactly which one that is. Now, I know there's a lot of other videos already taking a look at this, including one that I made 2 years ago. But that was before the premium expansion came out with our new crops, carrots, parsnips, and red beets. So I wanted to go ahead and add those into the new spreadsheet that I've been working on here recently and show you guys exactly which one it is. But I got a little bit of a twist this time. I'm going to be taking a look at it per month without seasons, because there are quite a few players that still play without seasonal cycles turned on. We're going to be taking a look at it that way. And the reason I'm taking a look at it without seasonal cycles is because in a 12-month period, the only crop that you're going to get to cut more than once is going to be your grass. And that proves to be very, very profitable. Carrots are also really, really profitable. But let's go ahead and take a look at the spreadsheet here that I've got and see exactly which one is going to be the most profitable per month. The first column here on the spreadsheet is going to be the crop. And you notice that it doesn't have just the base game 19 crops. It also has a couple other ones. We've got sugar beet cut put in here. I've got our grass silage. I've got corn silage, and I've even got hay in here as well. The next column you see right here is the crop yield at 100%. That means that the yield bonus is at 100%. That means you're doing everything that you can. You put lime down, you're fertilizing twice, you're getting the weeds out of there, you're plowing it. Everything that you could do, mulching and rolling included, are factored into the yield values that you see right here. The next column, you can see that is the amount of straw yield that you're going to get with each one of the 3 crops. It's going to be 73,600. Now, these values are based off of 1 hectare of ground. So if you've got a field that's 3.5 hectares big, we'll just multiply these values right here by 3.5. The next column you see right here is the peak easy crop price. The way that I got these is I went in and looked at the peak price fluctuation value for each one of these crops. And to go along with that, the peak easy straw price is next. And when you take the crop yield, you divide it by 1,000 and then multiply it by that easy price right there, you're going to get the gross crop revenue. So as you can see for wheat, it's 21,769. Now these values may change slightly depending on what your peak price is. At the time that I made this video, these were my values. I've gone back and looked at it a couple other times, and they kind of fluctuate a little bit, kind of depending on the map or depending on a little bit of other economic factors that I've got. If I've got a mod installed like fixed crop prices, they could be even a little bit more than that. But this is a really good baseline right here to show you in comparison to all of them together. Do the same thing for your gross straw revenue. And then you add them all together, and that is your total gross revenue. So as you can see for wheat, it's actually 32,736 because you're going to combine your 21,769 from your crop and your 10,966 from your straw. Now, fortunately, only wheat, barley, and oats have straw. All the other ones are exactly the same all the way down. And one of the first things that you're going to see is, holy cow, poplar is very, very profitable. But it takes a really long time to grow. The next column here, you can see the growth rate in months, and that's going to be 13 months for poplar. So it's actually got to be divided out by 13 instead of like something like oats where it's only 4. And yeah, in a 12-month cycle, you are only going to harvest these one time. But if you're playing without seasons, then you're actually, some of these crops are able to grow 2 times in the amount of time that it takes you to grow one of the other ones. So you're getting double revenue off that crop. Then if you just planted, say, I don't know, canola. Canola is 8 months, right? But if you plant oats, then you're actually getting twice the amount of money in the same amount of time. And that's where this next column comes in, revenue per month. So what I've done is I've taken the total gross revenue and divided it out by the growth rate in months. So for wheat, I've got 32,736. That's total revenue on the wheat and the straw. And I've divided that by 7 months. So per month, I'm actually only going to be bringing in about $4,677. You can see for oats, it's 8,245. So, I mean, almost half the amount of growth time, almost doubles, right? I mean, if we're truly looking at doubling, it's about $1,500 less, but it's actually a lot more money when you factor in that it only takes 4 months. So if I'm trying to make a lot of money in 12 months, I mean, I don't want to grow a crop that's going to take 8 months to grow because I'm only going to get to harvest it once. I'm going to want to plant something maybe 3 times or maybe twice. Maybe I'm going to want to plant soybeans or corn. And as you look down the list, you see a lot of these other ones that are like 20,000, 10,000, right? Those are really, really profitable. But how do you know where your normal crops fall at in the scope of comparing all of them together? Well, all I've done here on this next slide is I've gone ahead and added conditional formatting. What that does is this, if it's a green cell, it's on the top end of the revenue that you're going to be able to generate. And if it's a red one, it's on the very low side. And I would probably stay away from that if you're trying to make money, right? If you need this for productions, that's a little bit different. But if you're trying to make money really quickly, I don't want to go with the green ones or maybe the yellow ones. And as you can see, it's poplar coming in at 20,833. Yes, it takes a very long time to grow, but it's the most profitable crop per month if you're not running seasonal cycles. Right behind that is going to be your corn silage coming in at 20,427, and then carrots at 20,251. And don't think the corn silage is the only one that pays out really well. Grass silage does too. You're going to be able to do that every 3 months. So you've got to cut it 4 times instead of just 3 times. So you're not making as much money by doing quite a bit more work in reality. So I know that everybody likes soybeans. Guys, that's nowhere near the top of the list. I don't even think it's in the middle because it's one of those peachy colored ones. I mean, that's not really that great. I mean, I would rather have a yellow one over any of them that are tinted a little bit red. I mean, just straight up, stay away from canola and sunflowers. They don't pay out very well at all. And I think a lot of these crops that pay out really well, traditionally, we haven't really used them a whole lot because it's not an easy way to be able to plant or to harvest these crops. But with the introduction of some very awesome harvesters that we've got recently from Mark Thor and Chris S. and Riley S., I mean, it's made harvesting these crops a lot easier, guys. So you definitely want to go check out my fast farming playlist. Got a lot of videos in there showing you all the new equipment, how you're going to be able to do it a lot faster. We got planting tips and tricks in there as well. Definitely want to go check out that playlist if you're wanting to use these right here. Now, towards the bottom of this list, there are some crops that are also going to be able to be regrown. You got sugarcane, you got your grass, and you've got grapes, olives, and poplar. They all regrow without you having to replant them, so you don't have the cost of seed associated with the initial investment again. So the regrowth rate in months on those is going to be anywhere from 8 months on sugarcane to 3 months for your grass, or you got 6 months on your grapes, 5s on your olives, and 14 on your poplar. So what's the regrowth revenue per month on a regrow? So if you want to leave it in the ground and let it go again, well, as you can see right here, for sugarcane, it drops off just a little bit. Instead of being 12,118, it's now 10,603, and it turns it into a yellow cell because now you're taking an extra month to be able to do this. Now, I don't think that that loss is enough to say, hey, I need to replant the whole thing, because it's going to cost you as much in seed and, you know, all the other things that you need to do to it for that initial planting as what you're going to be maybe losing here by going the extra month. So after looking at this, I say that poplar is going to be the absolutely best crop that you could plant if you're looking to make the most revenue per month. Now, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't do any of the other crops. I mean, you absolutely should. Harvesters are great fun. There's lots of really cool ones that you could use, whether you want to play realistically, you want to play unrealistically. There's a ton of them out there, guys. So don't think that you have to do poplars if you want to make your farm grow really fast. I mean, do the other ones too. Just if you're in a crunch and you need a little bit of money kind of quick and you don't want to cheat it in with the government subsidy side, then take a look at this sheet right here that I've got and maybe pick one of them that's in the yellow. Well, that's going to be it for today, everybody. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give it a like if you would. Make sure to hit subscribe and turn on your notifications to keep up to date on my future videos. While you're waiting on those future videos, go and check out one of these 2 right here. Have a great day, night, evening, everybody. Until next time, this is Driver53 signing off.